I don't feel good right now. I'm feeling a little down. And you feel down and you don't know why you're feeling down. That's me this morning. So I turn on the TV on and I hear they talking about the appointed judge that wants to be accuser memory. I can't remember a part reason I got disconnected. Remembering a party you went to 30 years ago and remembering when somebody almost raped you. It's two different. And it is an event, don't forget. Case in point, 1959, I was born October. That would make me going on 59 years old. 1904. Nah, I might have forgot that, but I sure ain't forgot raped. Coming home, I was a runaway. Wherever I laid my head to find me a home was my home. At this particular time, I was staying with a young lady named Flo who had three children. But that child named two of them, Dominique and Jermaine, a little boy and a little girl. And I was staying with Flo. I was also dating Flo's brother named Larry Nelson, who's gone dead. And I was coming home from my friend's house. Denise waited on my other friend. Yeah, I was fast 14, surviving. While I was waiting for him, I would know he was coming because he would play this favorite song coming down the street called Mr. Magic. When I was coming from his gasoline car with the antenna in the back and his white watch and knew he was coming. But he didn't come, so I walked home back to Flo House. Walked down that street and half a mile down to Flo porch. When I put Flo porch, inside was a truck. Inside of that truck was Larry Nelson's brother. They called Wes. Very dark-skinned, mean guy. He had another passenger on the side, which was a male, and they were drinking. I kept going, and I went up to Flo porch and knocked. No answer. I hear the TV. I'm still hearing the TV. No one answer. I'm knocking again, and while I'm knocking, Wes in the guy. I'm 14 years old now. This about 1974. And they get out and they approach me. Come up to us. I believe now. Can't remember that detail. Did he want me to go in the backyard? Did he demand me to go in the backyard? I don't know, but I remember he hit me in my and I bent over. Oh, it was so painful. And then I remember the yard, and they took turns with me. Of course, I just lay. I had learned at an early age not to fight. Besides being beaten by my mother, I was such a coward anyway. After they raped me, stood up and zipped their pants. Wes spit on me, and I was allowed to go. And I went back to which way I came from. My first had been Denise's house. Denise and her sister, what happened. And I think someone Tanny Hills, which was Nikki with her fat black and the sister Faye. My nickname was Mookie, and still is. And I guess Denise must have told them And Denise's mother must have been in the doorway standing listening because our back was to the doorway. I remember her telling Denise to come in. And I remember Nikki hollering, Mookie, you stink. Rape and Mookie, you stink. Before. But I remember. And the boys that were supposed to help me, so called gang members, say, you get them and hit them and we take care of that. Make a long story short, I did see Wes and I followed the boys. Unfortunately, they was too far back. If I had a hit, I don't know how they was going to get to Wes. But I could tell you one thing: when Wes looked at me and balled his hand up, I knew if I had a hit Wes, I wouldn't be talking probably today, or maybe would have been in a wheelchair with a messed up spine. And I didn't hit Wes. By the way, they raped me too that very same night. So now where I'm gonna go at? I decided to go to my friend Vanessa Lewis' house. And when I got there, believe it or not, Vanessa gave me a towel and a gown. I washed up and put that gown on. Her brother Alvin, her brother Raymond, and some more guys I can't remember were playing cards. Now, mind you, I just got raped. You think I was sitting down? Poor girl at the time. I danced. Alvin was cute, and I wanted Alvin's phone number. I just got raped. What did I do? Oppressed it? Act like it never happened? Alvin didn't pay me no attention. Alvin left. So Vanessa Lewis bumped bed. And 3 minutes later, Raymond came in there with the neighborhood called K-Man. They called us K-Man because he stank. And I was with him. Nobody to tell to. After that was over with, I actually stayed the night in Vanessa Lewis' house. Why is she want to use the bathroom? Take the dog out. I never forgot that. I had many more rapes after that. I hear you. Never got pregnant doing none of the rapes. Been blessed and never caught no disease. But a woman don't remember. A woman don't forget the torment and the pain of a rape, nor. And we usually don't tell nobody. No one. I know a very, very close person that I love very much, and I did nothing. Violated by a very, very close person I love. I wouldn't even think of her. And you better believe, although she's functionally, she have a good, and she's 34 years old. Her self-esteem is up and down. Her anger, even at me, because she said, "Mom, do anything when I told you he done that to me." And about it, because I figure when a woman get raped, it's just some pussy that it took. Pull your drawers up and keep going. That's what I did. And I found out there's more to that. That's the way I handled my rape. So for them to say that her memory is bad, that's unfair. We keep doing wrong to people, And we really believe ain't nothing gonna come back on us. Cause everything seems like the sun is just shining. That woman said she was attempted rape. We talking about putting them as a judge to make decisions for the people's life. If you were a attempted rapist at a team, verily man change. Verily, verily do a man change. Verily, verily do a man change. After all, no, no, remember, remember, here's the sign, and I'm not even a psychiatrist or a counselor. Even though I went to school for counseling, I know. Here's the sign change. What was one thing he done first day of going into the trial to be confirmed? One thing he done and one thing he said. He brought in a bunch of females. Is for female rights. He called their names. He went to his and the Girl Scouts or the girl, whatever you call them, but they were girls. Really? To prove that $2. See, I'm on the captain. He ain't one with girls. No, they just give you more for your lusts and your looks. And I knew it. I knew it. For this story out, I knew it. And you ain't gotta believe me. A type of prophet, for surely I'm not. But I knew. I knew. And the worst thing a person can say without any evidence base. Haven't your daughters. Or go to them. And I have no idea why I said it even before the story come out. Her memory is great. Forget nothing like that. That was 74 and it is 2018. Whole preposition to change. Pull your panties up and keep walking. It does affect you. And it carry on into your adulthood. It carried on with you in your job. He writes it in your journey. You keep you do disrespect ever. You may not have times. You may not even have a date on, but you remember the effect and the behavior of that person. You don't forget. No one's forget. And for us to be taken for granted when we are the ones that carry y'all in our womb, when we as intelligent as men, it's a big thing when you rape little boys. It's such important. It's a big issue when the priests go out and rape little boys. Oh, but this case, and because you want your evil man sitting in that seat. When I looked at some of the Republicans yesterday, I saw nothing but selfishness and an evil agenda. And I always wonder where they daughters at, where they granddaughters at to say, Dad, stop. Grandpa, stop. Mama, what are you doing? They, nobody, nobody is shielded from evil. All of you for so long. It's like a slide, like water. Slowly till it finally hit your door. That woman got good memory. She ain't forgot. I don't know why they hold it for so long. I really don't. Why they hold that information and figure out. But witness with that woman knowing that she ain't forgot, because I sure ain't forgot every rape. And I've been raped 3 times that night. And since then, I have not forgot my rape, my evil person that decided to take from me because they tried. Do we want a judge to oversee decisions for us? Don't talk about he was a kid, 17 years old. Get out of here, because if that's the case, you got some 17-year-old doing time right now in prison, and they did a crime. They were 12 and they were 13 and they were 14. Just tell the world, if you hate black folks, just say you hate black folks. If you hate righteousness, just come on out and say you hate righteousness. That man know what he did. And to really beat her up again is telling her, like they told me the night I stank. You nasty, nasty woman. You nasty woman. You stink. You shouldn't have never been in the room with him or with them. You stink. It's your fault. You just a nastiest female. So you deserve everything that happened to you that night. That's what you're saying to Judge Kavanaugh, accuser. And the very same words gonna come back on your own head. For you have a daughter and a son, and all teens always do man's team. Bye.